Welcome to Unknown Lovely Tales. Today's story is about Hailey, who was daydreaming about her crush in class when suddenly she found herself grabbing her professor's hoodie. The whole class went silent. The professor's face turned red with anger, and Hailey? She ran faster than Usain Bolt. But that was just the beginning, because when her family found out, they made a decision that shook the entire town.
The Chicago breeze swirled around Hailey as she spun through her daydream, her curly bangs smacking her face with every gust. She flicked them back with a grin, letting out a loud cackle as she stared at the gray, cloud-stuffed sky, sinking into the warm fuzz of her fantasy crush. Her imaginary body, with a face like a heart-shaped pizza, ducked shyly. Hailey's grin stretched wider as she nudged his shoulder, trying to play it cool, but epically failing. When her ruggedly hot dreamboat grabbed her hand and yanked her close, she blinked in shock, gawking at the confidence in his lanky frame. "Hailey!" A deep, annoyed yell snapped her out of it. Her eyes popped open, and through her chunky glasses, she zeroed in on the guy looming over her. Reality hit. She was sprawled in the Harper Community College courtyard, shoving her bangs off her sweaty forehead. She gulped and realized her hand was clutching her professor's hoodie. Sorry, professor," she stammered, letting go like it was radioactive. "Zip it, Hailey. No excuses. My office, now." Professor Barry's sharp jaw was tight with fury, and Hailey knew this was gonna be a rough one. "Look, Professor Barry, it was a total accident." She peeked at him, then down at her scuffed Converse. 1, 2, 3. She yanked her scrunchie tight, slung her backpack on, and bolted like a track star. "Hailey, stop," Barry growled, his eyes narrowing as he watched her sprint. "Grab her," at his shout. Students, some rocking Curta hoodies, others in cups, gear chased after the scrunchie, waving, legging at Hailey. Panting, Hailey glanced back at the mob of classmates hot on her heels. Freaking out, she kicked it into high gear, muttering, "Oh snap!" Where did Hailey get stuck? At the Alam family brownstone on Devon Avenue. The usual chill vibe was replaced by a chaotic hum. The mouth-watering smell of biryani drifted from the kitchen, winding through the backyard patio, up the creaky staircase, and into Hailey's attic room, where it tickled her nose. Her eyes flew open, and she shot up with a yawn. "That jerk professor had me running like I stole his coffee. I'm not forgetting this. You stale donut." Grumbling nicknames, she slid on her flip-flops and shuffled downstairs to snag a safety pin from Nani Rose's sewing kit. Crossing the backyard, she hit the kitchen where Auntie Diana and Bella were bossing round the cooking. Diana flashed a warm smile, but Bella's face twisted like she'd smelled expired yogurt. Hailey shot her a stink eye and stuck out her tongue, earning a behave glare from Diana. "Auntie, what's the big deal today?" Hailey asked, swiping a pistachio from a bowl and popping it in her mouth. "It's a vibe, girl," Diana said, stirring a pot. Hailey threw her arms around her. "Spill. My fave, Auntie."
"Chill, kid. Back up. Ava's got some peeps coming to scope her out for a date. Set up Nani Rose's matchmaking again." "What?" Hailey's jaw hit the floor. "Nobody told me." "What? You think you're the mayor of Chicago? Gotta report to you," Bella snapped, rolling her eyes. "Oh please, the only mayor here's your nosy daughter who needs to know every tea." Hailey fired back, taking a dig at Bella's clingy kid. With a flick of her scrunchie, she strutted toward the living room like she owned the place. "Holy guacamole! It's a whole circus in here," Hailey whispered, sneaking behind a pack of cousins practically climbing over each other to eavesdrop at the door. "Ooh!" Her yell made them jump, and in their scramble to stand, they tripped and crashed like bowling pins. "You little gremlins! Scram, or I'll rearrange your goofy faces!" Auntie Diana's voice boomed, sending them bolting like they'd seen a ghost. They stopped in the backyard, glaring at Hailey. "What was that, Hailey? Mo demanded, crossing his arms. We're a squad, why do you sell us out? Squad? You didn't even tell me Ava's getting scoped for a date. My bestie's about to be wifed up, and I'm clueless. Hailey shot back, tossing her hair. Hailey, you got us busted. Ruby whined, and Hailey spun on her. Oh, pipe down, you jinxed cupcake, moldy bagel. Get lost, or I'll tie you up with the neighbor's chihuahua. Watch it, you dork. Raja snapped, fed up with her brother's shade. Oh, look, Miss Touchy's schooling me now. Take your grumpy cow and twiggy goat and bounce. Hailey cackled, smacking Mo's arm. You're toast. Ruby, steaming at the grumpy cow jab, lunged, but Mo jumped in. Cut it out. He shoved them apart, grabbed Hailey's arm and dragged her to the living room. Hailey cracked the door, and they held their breath, peeking in. Nani Rosa, you're dolled up like you're getting a date. Diana's quip got a few chuckles from the room. Yeah, well, everyone's got their thing. Even at my age, I'm serving looks. Then there's you younger but looking like you got socked in the face. Nani Rosa fired back, nudging Sam Alam with a grin. Uncles Wes and Omar coughed awkwardly. Sensing the vibe shift, Abe signaled Ava in the corner. Ava, in a long tunic top and ripped jeans, barely keeping a scarf on her head, sat on the couch. She blinked nervously at the couple across from her, who smiled. Nibbling her scarf, she tried to smile back. Wow, your daughter's so chill, the woman said. Oh, yeah, super sweet and low-key, our Ava. Totally not like Diana. Nani Rosa adjusted her shawl, throwing shade. Diana shot her a look. What? You think she's like you? Please, if she was, she'd be strutting around like a retired salsa dancer in a red wig. Diana's clapback lit up the room. The guests swapped awkward glances. Ava, Han, serve the coffee, Omar said softly. Ava stood, but her legs wobbled. Her shaky hands lifted the tray, and as she leaned to pour, a splash of coffee hit her jeans. Ow, ugh, Nani, I can't fake this anymore. Ava tossed the scarf around her neck. This is me. I'm a mess, not some shy angel. Take it or leave it. Flipping her ponytail, she left the guests stunned. You goof. Couldn't you play along a bit longer? You tanked it. Diana groaned, face-bombing. The guests shot up. We're out. No clue what kind of chaos we walked into. Come back, I'll show you chaos. Your mom's the chaotic one. Diana yelled, ready to throw hands. And your dad's the chaotic one. Nani Rosa snapped, not backing down. The guys grabbed their heads in despair. Mo and Hailey, watching the guests bail, high-fived and cracked up. That's my girl, Hailey said, eyes closed, proud. Suddenly, Mo's laugh cut off. He slipped away like a ninja. Where'd he go? Hailey opened her eyes, scanning the yard. A firm grip on her arm spun her around. Barry, glaring, yanked her from the living room. Didn't I say stay out of the living room? What were you doing? He growled, his forehead creased. His bossy tone lit a fire in Hailey. I haven't forgotten you sicking the class on me at school. And here, you're not my prof, so don't try to flex. Fixing her glasses and tossing her scrunchie, she turned to bounce. Jerk, she mumbled. Barry's eyes narrowed. He grabbed her arm, pulling her back. What did you say? I called you a jerk. She snapped, matching his energy. Watch that mouth, or I might have to shut it for good, he said, nudging her back. Hailey took off, yelling, Nobody's shutting Hailey's mouth, you crusty professor. In the backyard, it was World War III. Nani Rosa and Diana were pointing fingers over the botched date setup, and despite the uncle's attempts to cool things down, it was a mess. Diana, enough! Auntie Bella stepped in, grabbing her shoulder. No sis. Why should I shut up? Can't you see? She's only named Rosa, never seen her do anything sweet. Diana smirked, adjusting her scarf. Bella gave her a look. Seat Sam, how your daughter-in-law's dragging me. Nani Rosa huffed, smacking Sam's arm. Ha! Thank God you got it right, hon. Sam muttered, hiding a grin. The uncles bit back smiles, knowing Nani's wrath could yeet them into next week. Oh, Dad, you're the only one who gets me. Diana beamed. Nani Rosa flared her nostrils. If I'm not sweet, what are you? Always running your mouth. Named Diana but acting like a loose cannon. Wow. Nani, bars. Mo piped up, earning a neck smack from Diana. Sis, shut him up, or I'll smack his face till it's purple, Diana warned. Ruby cackled at Mo's expense. Chunky cow, keep your grill shut. Mo shot back, and Ruby glared. Both of you out. Abe barked, and they slunk off. Nani, I'm way cooler than you. Don't pop a vein at your age, you might explode, Diana teased. Sam hid his face, shaking with laughter. The uncles swapped glances. Take Mom to her room, Omar whispered to Abe, knowing Nani listened to him most. God bless your late dad. He didn't do much, but he could have done one thing, taken you with him. Diana's tongue went rogue. Bella dragged her to her room. Oh, Lord, is this my life now? Nani Rosa wailed, thumping her chest like a telenovela star. Come, Mom. Don't stress. I'll talk to Diana. She shouldn't talk to you like that. You're the og here, Abe said, slinging an arm around her and leading her away. God help them. Sam sighed, eyeing his sons. You up? Wes crept into the room, worried about waking Bella. What, you think I'm still snoozing? Bella snapped, making a face. Babe, maybe try being nice sometimes. You're always cranky, Wes griped. You don't see how your sister-in-law and Mom turn this place into a reality show? My head's throbbing. Can't even nap. Bella groaned, yanking the blanket over her head. Wes shook his head and bounced. Mommy, oh mommy, mommy, my queen, mommy, hook me up. I'm ready for June. Mommy, college ain't my scene. Hailey twirled her scarf like a lasso, belting the tune and busting out some TikTok dance moves. Ava jumped in, flailing with her own goofy choreography. As Hailey threw her arm up, Mo Moon walked into the room. Yo! Why'd you stop? Blockbuster's over. Now all three were going wild, screaming the lyrics like they were at a concert. Nani Rosa, passing by, froze at the racket. What's possessing them? Peeking through the cracked door, she couldn't resist. Her hands shot up, and she started shimmying, grinning like a kid. Then she snapped out of it, put on her grumpy face, and stormed in. The trio froze, tumbling off the bed. What's this nonsense? Sweet mercy, Nani Rosa scolded. Nani, it's sweet mercy, not just mercy, Mo corrected, smirking. Hailey and Ava bit back giggles, heads down. Whatever. Dancing with your cousins, singing garbage. No shame? But what do you clowns know about class? Nani glared. Mo couldn't help it. Oh, Nani, me singing? Heaven forbid. I was spitting poetry. He touched his ears in fake remorse. Nani bent for her chancla. You think I'm deaf, dumb? Get out of here. Mo bolted as the chancla nailed his back. You gremlins hit the books sometimes, always goofing off. I'm telling your dads about this marriage obsession. Nani touched her ears, muttering about their antics, and turned to leave. Hailey and Ava tackled her with a hug. Sweet Nani, don't snitch to Grandpa, please. We'll study, swear. Hailey planted a kiss on her cheek. Nani, why so mad? Your skin's glowing, that vibe. Gen Z girls can't touch you. Anger'll mess up your sleigh, Ava said, winking at Hailey. Nani's skull melted. You're right. Queens like me are rare. Smirking, she adjusted her shawl and strutted out. Ha ha ha. Hailey and Ava high-fived, losing it.
Tucked in a cozy corner of Chicago's Devon Avenue, the Alam family brownstone was a total flex. This sleek brick townhouse, decked with neon accents, made neighbors double take. But it wasn't just a vibe, the Alam crew's reputation was straight up legendary. The fam's head, Sam Alam, had copped this dope pad for his fiery wife, Nani Rosa, after a blowout with his pops, Zafar Alam. Real talk, though Nani's chill vibe fizzled out a few months post-wedding. Sam and Nani raised 3 sharp sons. Sam always wanted a daughter, but that didn't happen. Still, he hooked up his boys Omar, Abe, and Wes with everything they needed to thrive. Omar, the oldest, Abe, the middle kid, and Wes, the baby, always made their folks proud. After college, they took over Sam's import-export hustle. Once the boys were locked into their careers, Sam started playing matchmaker. He set them up with solid families, and the guys rolled with it, no drama. The weddings? Total extravaganzas that had everyone shook. Omar vibed with his calm, grateful wife, Auntie Diana. Nani was obsessed with Diana's glow and chill energy, but the peace didn't last. Abe's wife, Diana Yep, same name, messy vibes, clashed with Nani from day one, their savage roasts turning the house into a daily roast battle. Wes's wife, Bella, was kinda prickly. She kept to herself, only thawing a bit around Auntie Diana's soft energy. Auntie Diana popped out the first kid, a total heartthrob named Barry, whose baby giggles lit up the brownstone. Sam named his first grandson, and Barry became everyone's fave. A few months later, Bella dropped a gorgeous daughter, Raja, named at Wes's insistence. Diana, still childless, got fed up with Nani's shade and bounced to her parents' crib. After some medical help, she got the good news. Abe convinced Diana to come back, only to find out Auntie Diana was pregnant again. Diana gave birth to a daughter, while Auntie Diana dropped twins, a boy and a girl, making the 3 kids the same age. Omar named his daughter Ava, meaning kind and chill, and at Nani's nudge, his son Mo. Diana, over the moon, named her big-eyed daughter Hailey. Raja, Wes's kid, wasn't hyped about the newbies, but Barry, usually a lone wolf, was stoked for his new siblings. He tried cuddling Hailey, but she screamed every time. Once, she even scratched his face, kicking off a lifelong beef. 2 years later, Bella had Ruby, a super sturdy kid. The baby boom wrapped with Bella's son, nicknamed Chubbs. Time flew. Barry, after snagging his master's, started teaching at Harper Community College, where Hailey, Mo, and Ava were grinding through their degrees. Raja, over school, dropped out after high school. Ruby, a high school freshman, was wrestling with her weight. The Hailey gang, Hailey, Mo, and Ava constantly butted heads with Raja and Ruby, whose spicy attitudes, straight from Bella, kept the drama on high.
Hailey, get up! You're gonna be late for class. Ava crashed next to her, sat up and shook Hailey, who was snoring like a lawnmower. Groaning, Ava rubbed her pounding head. A fever made her ache, and Hailey's refusal to budge was ticking her off. Spotting a water bottle on the nightstand, she dumped it on Hailey's face. Mom! Flash flood. Save me! Hailey flailed, blinking groggily. Get up, you chaos gremlin. Mom's been yelling for you. Move your butt, or you're done. Ava snapped, flopping back and shutting her sore eyes. Hailey shot her a confused look, then dragged herself up to get ready. Morning, Auntie. What's good? Hailey rushed into the kitchen, but her cheery vibe tanked when she spotted Barry. Her face soured like she'd chugged spoiled milk. Barry, ignoring her, munched his avocado toast like a king. My girl's up. Come on, eat fast. Time's tight, and if Diana catches you, she'll roast you before coffee, Auntie Diana said. Hailey yanked a chair and plopped down. She slathered peanut butter on a bagel, rolled it up, and dunked it in hot sauce. Barry side-eyed her chaos. Auntie, why's Ava skipping today? Hailey asked, chomping fast. She's got a fever, so she's chilling at home. You're rolling with Barry today. Hailey nearly yeeted herself out of the chair. What? Why do I gotta go with that clown? Barry shot her a death glare. That's not cool, Hailey. He's older, and the driver's out, so you're with him, Auntie Diana scolded, pouring coffee. Hailey pouted. 5 minutes outside. Don't make me wait. Barry gave her a look, grabbed his keys, and bounced. Hailey zoomed to her room, threw on her backpack, and hit the mirror. Rocking a black Curta hoodie and Converse, she swapped her scrunchie for a messy braid. She fixed her bangs, cleaned her glasses, tossed a scarf around her neck, and hustled out. The car ride with Barry was pure torture. She kept throwing him salty looks. At Harper, she bailed from the car like it was on fire. In a world of wild fashion, Hailey's vibe was one of a kind. Barry, in a black button-up with sleeves rolled up and dark jeans, checked his phone as he walked beside her, catching eyes from girls, some jealous, some swooning. Y'all matching outfits like a TikTok couple, a student shouted. Hailey spun around, but the crowd hid the culprit. Her temper flared. Rolling up her sleeves, she scanned the quad. Who's trying to start with Hailey this early? Step up. You want to be influencer, if you got the nerve. Before she could keep roasting, Barry grabbed her arm and yanked her through the crowd. What's your problem? Starting drama everywhere. Where'd you pick up that trash talk? No shame? He was pissed, worried she'd tank his representative. Hailey looked at him, stung, and Barry's face softened. She stepped closer, snapped her fingers, and motioned him to lean down. Sighing, he did.
Nope, she yelled in his ear, stuck out her tongue, and bolted. Barry, hand on his ear, stood shook. Total drama queen, he muttered, storming to his office. After he split, Hailey's classmates popped out from behind a wall. She high-fived them, cackling. Hailey, you not scared of the prof? The whole school's terrified of his vibe, one said. She smirked. What's a Hailey who's scared of anybody? Miss Hailey. Professor Simmons' yell made her jump. He held a poster with his face doodled like a cartoon, his name mocked below. Everyone knew only Hailey the Great could pull that off. You should be embarrassed. To my office today, I'm calling your family about this nonsense. Hailey pulled a sad puppy face, trudging after him, fake wiping tears as she glanced at the students snickering around her. Oh, snap. Where did Hailey get stuck? May I come in, sir? Hailey, sulking in the office, looked up at the new guy, her eyes popping. Come in, we were waiting. You're Hailey's brother? Professor Simmons glanced at Hailey. Yup, that's me, the guy said, stroking his beard and sitting like he owned the place. Sorry to bug you, but your sister's got the whole campus in chaos. Look at what this troublemaker did. He slapped the poster on the desk. The guy covered his mouth, hiding a laugh. Ahem, that's messed up, Hailey. You gotta respect your profs. I'll tell our parents. Don't worry, she won't pull this again. Professor Simmons grinned. Great meeting you. You're super chill. They shook hands, and he waved Hailey out. She grabbed her bag and chased after the guy. In the quad, she caught her breath as he peeled off a fake beard and mustache. They lost it, laughing so hard nearby students jumped. Mo, my dude, you came through clutch. Thank you. But how do you know? Hailey flopped onto the grass, pulling out a bag of Doritos. Greedy, save some. Mo snatched the bag, shoving the chips in his face. You hog, you ate 'em all. Hailey smacked his stuffed cheeks. Ava's friend tipped me off you were in deep. So, I played the prof, snagged his phone, deleted your fam's numbers and saved mine. You're good for now, Mo said, leaning back with a smug grin. Hailey happily whacked his neck. First time you've been useful. Mo glared. What's with the smack? Come on, let's roll. You trying to camp here? Your jerk brother's class is next. If we ditch, he'll chew us out. They grabbed their bags and raced off. It was Sunday morning. Raja, face mask slathered on, smoothie bottle in hand, headed to the kitchen. Spotting Barry hitting the backyard for a workout, she ditched the bottle, ripped off the mask, and tailed him. Barry, in a loose tee and joggers, was doing push-ups. Seeing her creep up, he tensed but ignored her like a pro. Her heart did a little flip at his glance. "Yo, what's good?" she said, eyeing his biceps. Barry didn't even blink.
Why are you always ghosting me? I'm your cousin too. You're always dragging Hailey round, she said, salty. He paused, piecing it together. Rage flashed in his eyes. Shut it. I know what you're getting at. Check yourself before you talk about Hailey. She's nothing like you. He grabbed her elbow, nudging her back with a growl. What's going on? Ava stormed in with Hailey, and Barry stepped off. Stay away from my brother, I've told you, Ava snapped. Raja stomped off, humiliated. Bro, you should have yeeted that snake. She's pure venom, Ava said. Hailey wandered to the backyard flowers, giving them space. She'll probably chill now, Barry said, glancing at the carefree Hailey. Ava clocked it. So, who do you vibe with? She teased. Barry smirked, walking with her. Hailey's dope. What you think? Ava laughed. You're getting wild. Go inside and take her with you. Seeing a buddy roll up, Barry headed over. Ava, shaking her head, yanked Hailey's braid and bolted inside. Stop, you little goblin, I'll get you. Hailey chased her, storming off the yard. The Alam family brownstone's backyard was a riot of color, with picnic blankets spread out and piles of clothes stacked high. The crisp spring air was warming up, hinting at summer's rival. With the season shifting, the women decided it was time to revamp their wardrobes. But with their packed schedules, hitting the mall was a no-go. Sam Alam, always the fixer, called up a boutique and had a truckload of clothes dropped off at the brownstone. The backyard looked like a pop-up thrift shop. Hailey, Ava, Raja, Auntie Diana, Nani Rosa, and Bella were digging through the piles, hunting for gems. Bella held up a sleek gray athleisure set and checked it against herself, turning to Auntie Diana. Sis, this color pop on me. Auntie Diana set down a silk scarf and nodded. Looks fire. Pair it with a bold scarf. Happy, Bella started matching accessories. Ho, dope find. Yo, Mo, snag that scarf for me. Hailey teased, spotting Mo lounging in the pile. Shut it. Mo fired back, unbothered. Man, this place is giving flea market energy. Diana strolled out from the kitchen, spatula in hand. Seeing Raja fiddling with her face mask, she couldn't resist. Raja got nothing better to do, always slathering on those weird masks. Totally with you, Auntie. You're always on point. Mo grinned, flashing his teeth. Diana squinted at him. What you doing chilling with all these ladies? Bounce. Hailey and Ava cracked up. Diana, grab something for yourself, Auntie Diana suggested. Diana gave the clothes a quick scan. Just then, Barry crossed the yard, heading to the guy's den. He paused, thinking. Auntie, can you send some coffee? I'm dying for some. I'm hitting the den. Oh, my dude, anything for you. I'll hook it up, Diana cooed. Barry grinned, nodded, and split. Hailey, hun, there's coffee in the kitchen. Warm it up and take it to the den. All the guys are there, so make enough and bring some snacks too, Diana said. Hailey shook her head, annoyed. Ava, sweetie, help your cousin out, Diana added, turning to Nani Rosa, who'd picked a bright red tunic and white joggers. Diana ducked her head, muttering. Auntie Diana glanced at her, then at Nani Rosa, whose temper flared. What did I say now that you're staring, Miss Sweetness? Nani Rosa snapped, tucking her scarf behind her ear. Oh, please, calling yourself sweet is a diss to actual nice people? Diana shot back. Keep going. Nani, I'm not fighting you, I'm swamped. Otherwise, I'd read you for filth. Forgot why I even came out here. Diana switched gears. Sis, I whipped up biryani, veggie fried rice, samosas, and mango lassi for dessert. Been grinding since dawn. Curse the guy who invented so many pans. My life's just dishes, dishes, dishes. Need anything else? That's plenty. Nani Rosa cut in. Then go roast your tongue on the stove, it never shuts up. Give us a break from your yapping. Never seen such a loud mouth. Nani huffed. Diana flared her nostrils. Oh, Nani, why don't I roast your heart instead? Bet it'd give me heartburn. Flexing her wit, she stormed back to the kitchen. Auntie Diana grabbed her head. Nani Rosa, grumbling, dipped to her room. Watch it, kid. Hailey carried a tray of coffee into the guy's den, nearly tripping as her flip-flop twisted. Yes, Grandpa. At Abe's warning, she steadied herself. Ava trailed, balancing a tray of snacks. Hailey carefully poured coffee for everyone. Ava set the snacks on the table, and they turned to leave. The guys, probably talking business, had gone quiet when the girls walked in. Assignments done? Barry's voice stopped them cold. They turned, groaning. Not yet, Ava mumbled, feeling the room's eyes on her. When you planning to? Bet you didn't study for the quiz either. No slack this time. Grab your books and meet me in my room. I'll be there, Barry said. All business. His stern vibe sent them scrambling out, looking like they'd lost their dog. Oh, snap? Where did Hailey get stuck? Hailey wailed her catchphrase. Ava smacked her back. This time, it's not just you I'm screwed to. Grumbling, they snatched their books and headed to Barry's room. Man, your jerk brother's room is so clean. I can't stand him, but dude's got style, Hailey said, sniffing the room's faint cologne. She dropped her book on the crisp navy bedspread and scoped the place. Ava, yawning, pulled out her assignment with a bored face. When Barry walked in, they snapped upright. Seeing them on his bed, he frowned. Over there, he said, pointing to a small couch across the room. Muttering, they shuffled over. With Barry in full professor mode, they stayed quiet.
Barry glanced at them, then kicked back on the bed, scrolling his phone. Stop staring and study for the quiz, he said, catching their eyes. Busted, they grabbed their books and started reading out loud. Barry shot them an annoyed look. Seeing him distracted, Hailey muttered, "Jerk," jiggling her leg and eyeing everything but her book. Ava, memorizing hard, made Hailey scowl. Her eyes lit up with mischief. Scooting closer, she tickled Ava's side, making her cackle. Ha ha ha. Barry glared, and they hid behind their books, fake studying like champs. I can't remember this crap, what do I do? Hailey whispered, leaning toward Ava. Shut up and try, or you know how bro gets, Ava hissed. Hailey slyly pulled a straw from her bag, loaded a spitball, and aimed at Barry. With a puff, it nailed his forehead. Out of my room, he roared, face red. He'd been ignoring their chaos, but this was too much. Seeing his rage, they bolted, leaving their books. Barry stared at the door, steaming. What kind of lunatics am I stuck with? Enemies just don't vibe. Mo hit the rooftop deck and Ruby turned away. Since he called her a chunky cow, she'd been hitting the gym hard and was looking leaner. Yo, Cupcake, over here. Hailey, holding a paintball gun, waved him over. He trudged up, grumbling. Yip. As she reached for her sneaker, he threw up his hands and backed off. All right. What's the deal? I'm gonna dominate this paintball war and take out that blue team. She pointed to a squad across the street, led by Mr. Actor's grandson, Alex. Don't mess with him. If his grandpa comes yelling, his fake teeth'll fall out, stain our deck, and he'll shove him back in and roast you so bad your ancestors will feel it. Mo warned. Unfazed, Hailey shoved the gun into his hands. I got beef to settle, she said, winking. Fine, I'll cover from up here. When I signal, fire, she climbed onto a ledge, and Mo, sighing, prepped the gun. At her signal, he let it rip. Woo! In no time, paintballs were flying. Brushing hair from her face, Hailey aimed at the blue team. Alex straightened, squinting at the yellow paintballs coming in hot. Before Hailey could land a hit, he sniped her position, splattering her with blue. Hailey watched her gear get wrecked, stunned. Rolling up her sleeves, she tied her scarf around her waist, yanked her scrunchie, and scaled the fence to the neighbor's yard. Hailey, get back. You're wild, Mo yelled, but she ignored him and hopped over. Landing with a thud, she stood tall. Alex turned, saw her, and froze, knowing Hailey's representative. Spotting her paintball gun in his hand, she charged with a death stare. The scrawny kid bolted. Stop, you busted burrito, wannabe rapper, she shouted, chasing him. Grabbing his hoodie, she smacked his neck. Ow, he yelped, sprinting to dodge more hits. Hailey stared at the torn hoodie piece in her hand, shook. Mo, watching from the fence, howled with laughter. That's my girl, he cheered, hyped. Grinning, Hailey snagged both guns, tossed them to Mo, and vaulted back to their deck. La 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 la. I'll flip your world. Bring the heat. Change the game, I'm a tiny legend. Touch the stars, soar like a drone. Ava, lost in her jam, belted a Spider-Man cartoon song, twirling by the kitchen patio. Spinning, she spotted a tall figure and screamed. Sean, who'd been texting Barry from the gate with no reply, had wandered in. Seeing Ava singing, he didn't know how to roll up. Hands in his black jeans, he leaned against the wall, eyeing her in a black tunic top, ripped jeans, and a scarf slung around her neck. Noticing her stare, he cleared his throat and stood straight. Ava, mortified remembering her singing, cursed herself. Why do I care? Who are you? Creeping in like a stalker. She snapped, hands on hips, channeling bad bitch energy. Bold, Sean said, raising an eyebrow. I'm Barry's boy. Been texting him from outside, but he's ghosting. Had to check in since I got urgent stuff. And I didn't creep your doorman let me in. His long-winded excuse made her roll her eyes. Whatever. Park it in the living room. I'll grab bro. As she turned, he called, Yo, miss, whatever your name is, where's the living room? Loving her annoyance, he scratched his beard. Follow me, she barked, leading the way. Such a warm host, he teased. She spun, glaring. Don't test me, or test you. When'd I do that? His sly quip made her ears steam. She'd never met such a cocky dude. Living room's there. Go to Narnia. Your call. Face red, she stormed to the kitchen, muttering, Who does he think he is? Smug jerk. Can't even tell bro. Punching her hand, she hit the kitchen where Hailey was butchering a pop song. My heart's all vibey, vibey, vibey. Hailey wailed, clanging dishes. Yo! Hailey, you goblin. Ava, still pissed, smacked her back. Oh, snap! In this cruel world, where did Hailey get stuck? Hailey leaned against the sink, striking a dramatic pose. Drama queen, chill, Ava snapped. All right. What's up? Why's your face red like a Slurpee? Hailey asked, stacking clean dishes. I was out there, and this rude, ape-faced jerk. Ava spilled the whole story, flailing her arms. Hailey's eyes popped. No way he said that. Yup, Ava huffed, scowling. But, is he hot? Hailey asked, blinking slyly. Yeah, super hot. Ava blurted, then froze as Hailey cleared her throat. I mean, ugh. Should've got his name. Hailey teased. Hailey, you're begging for a smack with this nonsense. Ava stammered. Is this love? Is this love? Yo, this is love. Hailey sang, grinning. Ava stomped out, fuming.
Hailey rolled up to Harper Community College's gate, her usual swagger gone. Last night, Avor and Emoe crashed at their grandparents' spot, leaving her to roll solo today. Despite Diana and Auntie Diana's nagging to ride with Barry, she'd stubbornly called an Uber. The entrance was packed, making her pause. Slinging her bag higher, she weaved through the crowd. Standing on her tiptoes and nudging folks aside, she spotted a group of students circling a shaky freshman in a hoodie. What's the deal here? She asked, poking a nearby girl. They're seniors, new transfers. They're hazing. They target anyone who looks easy and mess with them, giving them dumb tasks, the girl said. Hailey's brows shot up. Oh, they're about to catch these hands. She rolled up her sleeves, but the girl grabbed her arm. Hailey, they're rich kid vibes. Don't mess, they could come for you. Hailey laughed bitterly. Please. If Hailey doesn't step up for someone getting punked, what's the point? Handing her bag to the girl, she shoved through the crowd. Move, you nosy dweebs. She snapped, reaching the group. Grabbing a tall, cocky guy by the shoulder, she yanked him back. He spun, startled, and his crew closed in, smirking. The freshman looked at Hailey with a flicker of hope. Who are you? A girl in a white crop top, jeans, and a leather jacket sneered. You messing with the crew? The crowd went quiet, waiting for the tea. Crew? You mean clown crew? Hailey blinked innocently. Suits your vibe. A snicker ran through the crowd. The tall guy, Harry, gave her a shady once-over. I asked who you are. Who's got the balls to step to Harry? Box in a box, taco in a tray. Hailey's here to ruin your day. Grinning, she stepped up, grabbed the freshman's arm, and pulled her behind her before they could react. The crop-top girl lunged, pissed. You low-class loser. As her hand swung, Hailey caught it, twisted it, and landed a loud slap across her face. The girl froze, hand on her cheek, shook. Silence hit the crowd. Hailey stared them down, fearless. If any of you ever try to bully someone again, I'll make you regret it so bad your grandkids will feel it. She spat each word, grabbing the freshman's hand to bounce. Harry, steaming, grabbed Hailey's shoulder, yanking her back. Her scarf hit the ground. Her jaw tightened. Snatching it up and slinging it around her neck, she spotted a stray frisbee nearby, grabbed it, and chucked it hard at his face. He stumbled back, hand on his mouth, stunned by her nerve. His lip was busted and his cheek swelled. A kid from the crowd bolted for the faculty office. Harry's crew moved in, but he waved them off. Eyes blazing, he stepped up and slapped Hailey so hard she hit the deck. Grabbing her hair, he yanked her up, snarling, "You know who I am? You dare touch me? Girls like you, I can make vanish in a snap."
Struggling, Hailey spit in his face. Furious, he raised his hand, but someone grabbed it and yanked him back. Harry turned, catching a mean right hook to the jaw. He doubled over, clutching his face. Shaking it off, he stood, tossed his jacket to his shook crew, and squared up. The two went at it, trading blows like a street fight. Students watched, jaw dropped, seeing their chill professor go full Hulk. Hailey, hand on her cheek, saw Barry laying into Harry, getting banged up himself. "You touch my family. I'll break your hand," he roared. Other profs rushed in to split them up. Barry wiped blood from his lip and stood tall. One professor started, "Professor Barry, you shouldn't be quiet." Barry's icy tone shut him down. Grabbing Hailey's arm, he marched her to his office. "Sit," he said, pointing to his desk chair. She sat, eyes down, staring at her scraped hands. Barry knelt, grabbed a first aid kit, and gently dabbed ointment on her scratches. Hailey, quiet, watched his focused face. For once, his soft side left her speechless. Usually, her chaos just pissed him off. After fixing her hands, he checked her face. The slap had left her cheek swollen. Frowning, he gently applied aloe gel. Hailey blinked fast, eyes low. Barry, seeing her so chill, stood with a sigh. "Look at me, Hailey. Does it hurt bad? That did it." She shot up, hugged him tight, and sobbed. Barry froze. "I'm sorry, Professor. You got hurt 'cause of me. I was so scared if something happened to you." She bawled, losing it. Realizing she was clinging, she stepped back. "Sorry," she mumbled, wiping her face. "I'm good, Hailey, but why'd you pick a fight?" "If I'd been late, it could have been bad," he scolded. "Professor, I'm not dumb enough to throw hands for no reason. They were bullying a freshman, I couldn't just watch," she sniffled. Barry nodded, getting it. A staffer knocked, dropped off a juice, and dipped. "Drink this." "I'll patch myself up," Barry said, sitting on a couch and slapping a bandage on his forehead. Hailey sat, rested her head on the desk, and watched him. Her eyes got heavy, and she dozed off. Barry, done bandaging, called her. "Hailey." No answer. He shook his head, slipped out, and shut the door. Face blank, he headed to the dean's office. With Barry beside her, Hailey stepped into the brownstone. The day's drama had wrecked her, and by the time they got home, she was burning up. Voices bounced from the backyard. She glanced at Barry, who nodded to chill and headed inside. A few steps in, dizziness hit, and she passed out cold. Diana was the first to clock it. "Oh, my baby, God help her." She ran to Hailey, followed by the crew. "Hailey, hun, open your eyes." Diana patted her face. "Dad, she's got a fever." "Abe, get her to a doc or call one here." Turning to Sam, she snapped, "Move, don't just stand there." "Abe, take her to her room." "Omar, call the doc now." Nani Rosa, adjusting her shawl, rolled up and took charge. To Diana, struggling to lift Hailey, she said, "Diana, relax. She's fine, she'll come to soon." "Yes, Nani," Diana replied. Everyone was shook hearing the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law vibe so normally, especially in this chaos. Usually, they barely spoke without shade, but now they were tight. Goes to show, no matter how savage someone is, seeing a loved one down hits different. That's what makes us human, right? Soon, the doc was checking Hailey in her room. Diana, Abe, Omar, and Sam stood quiet, watching. After a full exam, the doc scribbled a prescription and handed it to Abe. "Not too serious. She's stressed, which spiked the fever and exhaustion, causing the faint. She'll wake soon. Feed her and give her these meds." He grabbed his bag and bounced. Everyone but Diana left. She stared at Hailey's swollen cheek and scratched hands, worry in her eyes. Asterisk, what's got her so stressed? And these injuries, asterisk, kissing her forehead, Diana stepped out. Crossing the yard, she peeked into Barry's room, where he was chilling on his bed, AirPods in, tapping on his laptop, clueless about the drama. Seeing Diana, he pulled an AirPod and sat up. "Andy, you good, sweetie, come outside. We gotta talk." She turned, and he slipped on his sneakers, following, confused. Sending the kids to the patio, Diana faced Barry, serious. "Spill what went down at Harper today." Barry froze. "Did Hailey say something?" "I'm lost, Andy." "Barry, just tell Diana what happened," Sam urged. "She got in a scrap with some classmates. It got physical, but I stepped in. No biggie, you don't need to stress." "She's cool," Barry said, calm. "Cool? My Hailey's got a fever. She's always cracking jokes, but seeing her so quiet today's killing me." Why'd she take a fight with some girls so hard she fainted? You holding out? Diana pressed. Barry was shook. Fainted. When? She was fine when we got here. Right after you went to your room, she collapsed outside. Doc's been she'll wake soon. Keep an eye on her at school from now on. Ava and Mo got sense, but Hailey's a loose cannon, Diana said, worried. Barry nodded, speechless. Hailey's eyes fluttered open, startled to see everyone around her. She tried sitting up. Easy, hun, Diana said, propping her with a pillow. You good? I'm all right, Hailey mumbled, leaning back and forcing a smile. One by one, folks checked in, wishing her well before dipping. Soon, just the young crew was left. Diana hit the kitchen to make soup for Hailey. Roger rolled up with a fake grin. How you holding up, Hailey? Fine, Hailey said, stone-faced. Roger rolled her eyes and bounced, muttering, still so extra. Ruby hung back, her vibe softer. Get better, and don't stress. We butt heads, but real talk, you shine when you're laughing. Hailey cracked a small smile. Sit, she said, patting the bed. Ruby plopped down.
Where's Ava? Hailey asked. Before Ruby could answer, Ava burst in and hugged her tight. Dude, I crash one night at Nani's and you fall apart, Ava said, worried, holding her close. Hailey grinned at her vibe. I'm good, y'all. Why is everyone tripping? My wild Hailey lying all quiet. Of course, we're tripping. Look at your sad face. I'm watching you now, Ava declared. Diana walked in with Mo, carrying a soup tray. Here, Auntie, I'll feed her, Ava said, taking it. Hun, make sure she takes her meds after. I'm gonna check on Nani, she's probably plotting to yeet me into the oven. Diana joked, dipping. Mo clocked Ruby, now way leaner. Pursing his lips, he teased, enemies looking fresh today. What's cooking? Ava glanced at Ruby, who looked confused. Hailey shot Mo a warning glare. He laughed and asked about her health. Ruby hesitated, then jumped into the chat. Hanging with them, she realized they weren't so bad. When she got up to leave, Hailey held out her hand. Friends? Ruby smiled, taking it. Yeah, friends. Sorry for giving you a hard time, Ava said. Real. No biggie, Ruby replied, smiling at Ava but ignoring Mo as she bounced. Why is she all smiley? She ain't trying to charm me, is she? Mo clutched his chest, striking a Romeo pose. Ava smacked his back. Have some chill. Scolding him, she turned back to vibe with Hailey. Nani Rosa sat on a patio chair in the backyard, counting cash. She licked her thumb and flipped through the bills like a pro. After pulling out what she needed, she tied the rest in her scarf, knotting it tight. With the month winding down and her skincare stash running low, she was hyped for a mall run. Now, the question was which neighborhood kid was about to get roped in, 'cause Mo, hearing Nani's mall plans, would vanish faster than a TikTok trend. Nani, where you off to? Looking all fly. Diana, passing by, couldn't resist, her sharp eyes catching Nani counting dough. What? You my mom now? Or did my pops curse me with you to nag my every move? Nani Rosa snapped, standing with the chair's support. Stop popping up with that gremlin face. Oh, wow, what a diva. Diana clapped back. You spill all the tea to that nosy neighbor, but I ask one thing, and it's a whole storm. And with that cranky mug, you calling me a gremlin. Please, I'm a vibe. She struck a pose, fluttering her lashes. Nani flashed a gummy grin, showing off her missing front teeth. Yeah, right one, look at your face. and people faint from fright. Before Diana could fire back, Nani Rosa strutted out the gate. Yo, Jamal, over here. Nani stood at the corner, hand shielding her eyes, scanning for a local kid. Spotting Jamal, she hollered. Jamal saw her and tried to dip, but she locked eyes. My day's ruined, he thought. Yo, Ma, what's good? You're slaying. Got a jet for a thing. Catch you later. Peace. He spit it out fast, trying to bounce. Nani shot him a death glare. Hold up, you little punk. Where you going? Come here, hun. Just take me to the mall. 30 minutes, max. Be a good kid. She started spicy, but went sweet. Jamal groaned, oh, snap. Where am I stuck? Muttering, he said, all right, Ma, let me grab my bike. He rolled up with his motorcycle, and Nani gripped his shoulder, making him wince. After some struggle, she climbed on behind him. The bike's front wheel popped up. Jamal flailed, pedaling air in a panic. Jamal, you clown, you trying to kill me. Nani yelled, wrapping her arm round his neck and smacking his head. Before the bike could flip, a passerby steadied it. As Nani hopped off to catch her breath, Jamal gunned it and peeled out, not looking back. Nani shouted after him, but he was dust. Sean stepped out of his Jeep, and Lisa followed, adjusting her sunglasses onto her head. She paused in front of the brownstone. Sherry, this place feels kinda dated. No, nah, it's a dope spot. Wait till you see inside the Alam fam's got taste, Sean replied. You told Barry we're coming, right? Hope his crew doesn't make it weird. Yup, I hit him up. He's probably en route. 5 minutes later, Barry swung open the front gate and stepped out. Yo, my guy, what's good? Sean grinned, pulling him into a bro hug. Vibing, Barry smiled, turning to Lisa. Yo, how you holding up? Come in, we'll catch up. He led them in with a chill grin. Lisa, walking beside him, said, Barry, you've leveled up. Your energy's way cooler now. Barry just smirked. He'd already given the fam a heads up about their arrival. Lisa, Sean's cousin, had just moved back to Chicago after studying abroad. She was here to check out the city, but had housing drama. Since Sean lived solo in a loft, crashing with him wasn't cool. He'd hit up Barry for advice, as Lisa living alone wasn't an option. Lisa was tight with both Sean and Barry. They'd linked up during a business trip to London, where Barry, tagging along with Omar, met Lisa through Sean. They'd kept in touch via FaceTime. Barry's fix was to offer Lisa a room in their massive brownstone, which Sean agreed to after some back and forth. Barry had sold it to the fam, but the younger crew was still clueless. As Lisa rolled in with Barry, the women in the backyard froze, mouths open. Rocking a black denim jacket and jeans, Lisa didn't exactly scream fam favorite. She flashed a tight smile, but was low-key cringing. Auntie Diana snapped out of it first. Come on, hun, why y'all just standing there? At her nudge, they stepped up to greet her. Sean leaned in for Auntie Diana's hug, but she gave him a playful scolding. It's been forever, kid. You ever miss your mom? Sean looked sheepish. Nah, it's not like that. Apologizing, he dapped up the other women. Here comes the suburban soap opera, Lisa thought, itching to dip to her room.
Auntie Diana sat them down and called for Ava before hitting the kitchen. Hearing her, Ava and Hailey crossed the yard toward the kitchen, but Ava stopped dead, seeing the girl glued to Barry's side. Hailey's jaw dropped when she clocked a massive suitcase parked nearby. Hailey nudged Nani Rosa, who was giving Lisa a full body scan. Getting no response, Hailey grabbed Ava's arm, and they hit the kitchen, where Auntie Diana had water boiling for coffee. Come here, you two. Whip up some coffee for the guests and send Mo to grab snacks, Auntie Diana said. But Mom, who's that chick out there all over bro? Ava demanded. And what's with that huge bag? Hailey added sus. She's Barry's friend. Got some housing issues, so she's crashing here a few months. No more yapping, call Mo, Auntie Diana replied. After she left, Ava turned to Hailey. Hailey, that's him, she said, twisting her face. Who? The dude out there with that witch. Hailey shot back. Yup, I'm pissed at both. Did you see her fit? I'm embarrassed for her. Ava fumed. Dude, she's gonna live here. The way she's clinging to Professor. I don't trust her vibes, Hailey said, feeling a twinge of jealousy seeing another girl with Barry. Forget her. You take the coffee out. I'm not going near that clown, Ava said, fixing her hair. Oh, what? You shy now? Hailey teased. Shy? My sneakers got more game than me, Ava snapped. Hailey, grinning slyly, grabbed the coffee tray and snacks and headed out. Greeting everyone, she offered the coffee. Lisa sized her up, gave a shady smirk, and shook her head. Taking a cup, she accidentally flicked her hand, splashing coffee on Hailey's hand. Ow, you nuts? What's wrong with you? What a clumsy maid they've got, Lisa said, deliberately calling her a maid, despite knowing the fam from her pre-visit research. The room went dead quiet. Hailey's eyes teared up, and she bolted. She's my cousin, Lisa, not a maid, Barry said, glancing at Diana's serious face. Oh, my bad, Barry. Her outfit threw me off. Lisa trailed off. Diana stood and dipped. All right, I'm out, Sean said, standing. Barry followed. Bouncing already, hon? Auntie Diana asked. I'll swing back, promise. And sorry about Lisa, Sean said softly, dipping his head. Auntie Diana smiled. No stress. She didn't know. Peace, y'all, Sean called, heading out with Barry. He didn't miss a chance to throw Ava a lingering look as she peeked from the kitchen. His intense stare sent a flutter through Ava's chest. Weirdo, she muttered, giving him a new nickname before heading to Auntie Diana's room for more tea on Lisa. Hailey flopped face down on her bed, deep in her feels. Lisa's move had cut deep. The shade in Lisa's smirk said it all, but Hailey couldn't crack why she'd been targeted. Barry's silence hurt worse. For some reason, she wanted him to have her back.
Little did she know, the first sparks of a crush were blooming in her goofy, soft heart, their glow just starting to peek through. Hailey! Ava burst in like a hurricane, barely containing her hype. I'm so stoked, you don't even know. My biggest dream's coming true. What's up? Spill? Hailey asked, rubbing her dizzy head. I was by Nani's room. Mom, Dad, both uncles, everyone's there. They sent the kids out, so I got sus. Something's brewing, Ava said, flailing her hands. Dude, stop rambling and say it. I'm already in a funk, and you're going off. Hailey groaned. Why you down? What happened? Ava pressed. Forget it. The memory brought tears back. Seeing her cry, Ava's heart sank. Tell me who said what, I'll wreck their face. After Ava's nagging, Hailey spilled the tea. Ava was livid. You were right, she's got an agenda. Don't sweat it. We'll clap back when the time's right. Whatever. I don't want to talk about her. What were you saying? Hailey said, leaning against the bed. Ava sat beside her, eyes sparkling. I was eavesdropping. Grandpa was saying we're all grown now. Time to think about dating. Our degrees wrap this year, and Nani said there are matches in the fam. Get it? Ava grinned slyly. What you mean? Hailey asked, heart racing. Dude, I'm dying laughing, they were talking about Mo and Ruby. Ava cackled. Ha ha ha. Hailey joined in. And guess what, you're next to be my sister-in-law. Ava dropped the bomb. Hailey's eyes popped. What? You're tripping. Professor would never go for it. No way. They haven't talked to bro yet, goof. It's just the elders for now. So, you cool with it, right? Ava teased, nudging her. For the first time, Hailey blushed, hiding her red face in her hands as Ava sang, "Oh, look. Someone's catching feelings." Barry trudged into the Alam family brownstone, wiped out from the day. The Harper Community College drama with Hailey had barely cooled off, and the non-stop arguments and grading were giving him a killer headache. Rubbing his temples, he beelined for his room, dodging everyone's eyes. Lisa, who'd been chilling in the living room hoping to catch him, perked up but caught Ava's icy glare. Fuming, she stormed out to the backyard instead. After a quick shower and a sandwich, Barry was chilling in his room when Sam, Omar, and Diana rolled in. He stood up, surprised. "Yo! Sit down, man," they said, plopping onto the couch. "Everything cool?" Barry asked, raising an eyebrow. "All good," Omar said, leaning back. "The fam's been talking about some big moves for the kids, and we wanna loop you in." He sounded chill, like he knew Barry would roll with it. Barry nodded, staying quiet. "Look, the kids are grown now," Sam started, folding his arms. "Time for them to start their own lives. Sooner we lock this down, the better. For Mo, we're thinking Ruby. She's family, sharp, got her head on straight."
Love that, Barry said, flashing a grin. I'm stoked for them, but his smile dropped at their next words. "And for Hailey, we're thinking you." "What?" Barry shot up, jaw tight. Outside, Hailey, ear pressed to the door, felt her heart do a backflip. Ava, next to her, was chewing her nails like they were candy. "You want me to marry Hailey? That's the best you could come up with," Barry said, his voice dripping with annoyance. "Barry," Diana snapped, noticing Omar's face turn red. "Come on, Mom. I'm asterisk not asterisk marrying Hailey. She's a walking disaster. Have you seen her outfits? Zero style. Was I the only option for that mess?" "Enough," Sam said, his eyes heavy with disappointment. Hailey's fuse blew, rolling up her sleeves. She kicked the door open with a bang and stormed in. "Yo, Professor, who do you think Hailey is? You ever check a mirror? You're the most arrogant, stuck-up jerk I know. You think you get to reject me? I wouldn't marry you if you were the last dude on earth. Whoever's stuck with you is cursed. And you're out here trashing me." She shot Sam a quick, hurt look, then spun on her heel and bounced. That one glance hit Sam like a punch, her pain sinking deep. Sam dipped without a word. Diana and Omar swapped guilty looks. Barry, steaming, stormed out of the room and the brownstone. "Mom," Hailey pushed open Diana's door, stepping inside quietly. Diana, surprised to see her up so early, paused. "Hey, sweetie, you're not dressed for school yet." Hailey stared at her sneakers. "Head down. I'm done with Harper." "What? Why? What's going on with you today?" Diana lifted Hailey's chin, worry creasing her face. I can't face him," Hailey said, tears spilling over. Despite her tough girl vibe, she was crushed. Diana's heart twisted, pulling her into a hug. She guided her to the bed, stroking her hair. Barry's rejection stung Diana too. But what could she do? You can't force love. SHH. Baby girl, it's okay if you skip school, but you can't throw away a whole semester like this, Diana said, wiping Hailey's tears. "I'll show up for exams. I'll study from home," Hailey said, sitting up straighter. I'll talk to your dad about it," Diana said, thinking it over. "Cool." Hailey pulled herself together and headed out. In the hallway, she locked eyes with Barry, ready to head to Harper. She ignored him, rushing past to her room. Barry gave her a quick glance, clocking her sweats and hoodie. "Hailey, why are you ditching school?" Ava burst into her room, slamming the door open. "Ava, I'm not in the mood to argue, please." Hailey turned away, messing with some random stuff on her desk. Why are you shutting me out? How am I supposed to survive Harper without you? Ava's eyes were soft, pleading. Hailey's eyes shimmered. Ava, please. I can't go. She flopped onto the bed, her voice cracking. Ava knelt in front of her. It's because of Barry, isn't it?
Tears streamed down Hailey's face. Ava, I'm not that bad, am I? He dragged me in front of everyone. Raja and Lisa were cackling outside. He crushed me. I never want to see him again. I can hide out here, but at school, he's got classes. I can't deal. Please, don't push me. Ava's heart broke seeing her like this. Barry messed up. Okay, I won't force you. Don't overthink it, I've got your back. She hugged her tight. A car horn blared outside, and Ava bolted. Ava strutted into Harper with Mo, their steps quick. They'd been hashing out yesterday's drama the whole ride. Barry had no right to clown her like that, even if he's not into her, Ava said, still heated. For real, Mo agreed, feeling off. The three of them always hit school together, and it felt wrong without Hailey. Outside class, they bumped into Barry. Ava looked away. Where's Hailey? There's a quiz today, and she's bailing. Barry asked, frowning. Professor, she's done with Harper. You don't have to deal with her chaos anymore, Mo said, dead serious, steering Ava into class. Barry pursed his lips, watching them go. Face blank, he headed to his lecture hall. In the backyard, Nani Rosa sat on a patio chair, her scarf tucked behind her ear, sorting lentils. Diana, Auntie Diana, and Bella were chilling on chairs, stitching some table runners. Nani, that nosy neighbor, swung by. Auntie Diana said, winking, "Said a motorcycle wouldn't carry you." Bella hid a grin, and Nani caught the vibe. PFFT. What do I even weigh? Like 90 pounds, tops. That bike flipped cause that kid's a clown he can't even ride. Auntie Diana cackled at Nani's weight flex. Looks like a party out here. Lisa, in a black tee and jeans, plopped down next to Nani. Diana and Auntie Diana's faces tightened while Bella rolled her eyes. "What are you doing?" Lisa asked, eyeing Nani's lentil sorting. "Playing O. Wanna join?" Nani said with a smirk. Lisa's smile faded. Old witch, she thought. Then she spotted Barry crossing the yard, his face serious. "Nani, let me help," she said, faking sweetness. "Nah, hun, you wouldn't get it. Stick to what you're good at," Nani shot back, sharp. Lisa pulled a fake pout, stood, and took a few steps, tripping as Barry got close. Before she hit the deck, he grabbed her arm. "Watch it." She flashed a weak smile and slipped into Raja's room. Both girls, united against Hailey, had been salty since hearing about the marriage plan. Unknown to Raja, Lisa was crushing on Barry, otherwise Raja would have never vibed with her. Barry took Lisa's spot. "Mom, can you grab me some water?" Diana, avoiding his eyes, headed to the kitchen. "So, she's why you said no?" Auntie Diana asked, cutting straight to it. Barry clenched his jaw, catching her drift. "Think whatever," he said flatly, dipping out. Weeks zoomed by. It had been almost a month since Hailey ghosted Harper. She dove into exam prep, locking herself in her room with textbooks. Ava kept her company when she could.
At first, Hailey dodged Barry like the plague, but slowly, her spark came back. She started caring about her look, and a fresh vibe lit her up. In front of her mirror, she brushed her hair. Her long, black curls, once always in a braid, now flowed past her waist like a glossy waterfall. Her bangs had grown out into soft, wavy strands. She ditched her glasses for gray contacts, and her wardrobe flipped to capri shorts, tees, and jeans that fit her vibe perfectly. Diana couldn't stop hyping her up, rocking maroon capri and a short tee. Hailey tied her hair in a loose ponytail, letting it spill down her back, tucking a few silky strands behind her ear. She stepped out, face neutral. "Mom, what's good?" she asked, peeking into the kitchen. "Making coffee for your dad and uncle. It's ready," Diana said. "Let me take it to them. Been forever since I chopped it up with them," Hailey said casually, standing next to Diana to pour the coffee. "Sweetie, you don't have to be so serious all the time. You used to be such a goofball," Diana said, smiling. "Mom, I'm still me, just not feeling the prankster vibe 24/7 anymore," Hailey said with a grin. "My girl's growing up. Go on, take the coffee before it cools," Diana said, tidying the counter. Hailey set up cups and snacks on a tray and headed to the guy's den. "Yo, what's good?" she called, pushing open the door with a smile. "Well, damn. Look who's gracing us," Omar said, his warmth making her grin. Feeling eyes on her, she set the tray on the big wooden table and turned. Her gaze hit Barry's, who was seeing her for the first time in a month. Shock flickered in his eyes. She'd leveled up. He tried to look away but couldn't. Ignoring him, Hailey handed a cup to Abe. Stone-faced, she passed Barry his, then sat next to Abe. She thought about bouncing but shrugged it off. "I don't care if he's here. How's my girl's studying going?" Abe asked, slinging an arm round her and kissing her forehead. "Killing it. Almost done prepping," she said, hugging him back with a smile. "That's my girl." He beamed. "Hey, you two forgetting me?" Omar said, folding his newspaper. Hailey laughed, sliding between them. Her eyes met Barry's again, who was sipping his coffee, watching her. He quickly looked away. "Uncle, I need a favor," Hailey said. She'd already run it by Abe. "Spill, kiddo," Omar said, setting his empty cup down and giving her his full attention. "There's a school trip coming up. We're dying to go. It's been ages since we had a real outing. Please let Ava go too. Pretty please," she said, eyes big and hopeful. "Sweetie, I told Ava already things aren't safe right now. We'll plan a family trip. These group trips don't sit right," Omar said. Her face fell. "Uncle, all our friends are going. And it's our last year. We won't get another shot like this. Please say yes." She hugged him, laying on the charm. Omar glanced at Abe, who was grinning.
"It's cool, bro. Let them go. Barry's going too. The girls will have a blast," Abe said. Omar caved. "All right, fine. Have fun," he said, patting her head. She jumped up, laughing. "I'm telling Ava." She shot Barry a quick look and bolted. Barry's eyes lingered on her glossy hair, swaying as she left, caught in a daze. 7 Hailey stepped out of the guy's den, lost in her head, heading for Ava's room when she crashed into Lisa coming the other way. "Ugh, watch it, dummy," Lisa snapped, glaring. Hailey flashed a sharp grin. "If I'm a dummy, you could have dodged me. Genius." As Hailey started to dip, Lisa grabbed her arm. "Who do you think you are? You think growing out your hair and switching your fit's gonna make Barry fall for you? You're strutting around just to catch his eye. Keep dreaming he's mine, and he's all about me." Lisa's jealousy over Hailey's glow-up poured out, her words pure venom. Hailey smirked, loving the meltdown. "You're not wrong, he did stare. But here's the tea. I don't care about his looks or his heart. As for you," Hailey leaned in, whispering, "you can have him. You two are perfect for each other." Yanking her arm free, she gave Lisa a mocking once-over and strutted off. Lisa's eyes burned as she turned, sensing someone behind her. Barry stood there, eyes narrowed, his vibe anything but friendly. "Barry, did you see how your cousin was coming for me?" Ow, she gripped my arm so hard. Lisa rushed to him, playing the victim card. "Lisa, don't play me," Barry said, his voice low and pissed. "Did she grab you? Or did you grab her? I know both of you. Stay in your lane." Leaning closer, he added coldly, You're my friend, don't mess that up. Got it. With a quick glance, he walked off. Lisa stood there, stung, watching him go. No way. For real? Ava practically bounced at Hailey's news. Yup, I worked Uncle over. Get ready for the trip, Hailey said, snapping her fingers. Oh my god, you're the best. Ava threw her arms around her. Chill, you bulldozer. Hailey laughed, but Ava cut in. Dude, the trip's in 3 days. I'll handle registration and payment tomorrow. But listen time's up for Lisa and Raja. We've been too nice. I've got a plan. Peep this. Ava leaned in, whispering to Hailey, who was perched on the bed's edge. Outside the open door, Barry stood, phone to his ear. He was about to speak when a burst of laughter from Ava's room made him turn. Through the doorway, he saw Hailey doubled over, cracking up at Ava's scheme. Her cheeks were red, silky strands framing her face, looking straight up gorgeous. Her laugh brought tears to her eyes. Still cackling, she slid off the bed with a thud. Instead of getting up, she sat on the carpet, clutching her stomach, losing it. Ava, giggling, peeked over the bed, roasting her. Barry, watching, caught himself smiling. A hello? Hello? From his phone snapped him out of it. Glancing at the call, he answered quick, shook his head, and dipped.
Mo, deep in his head on the backyard patio, spotted Ruby coming his way. With a sly grin, he strolled toward her. She bit her lip, suddenly shy as he got close. Ahem. Word on the street, he said, striking a dramatic pose. Let love rain down. The vibe's here. Time for you and me to link up. His cheeky grin and playful stare locked onto her as she stood blushing, cracking her knuckles. Ruby wasn't usually this shy, but since hearing about the marriage plan with Mo, she'd been dodging him. Mo, eating it up, never missed a chance to mess with her. She tried to slip away, but he blocked her. Mo, move! Someone's gonna see, she said, glancing around. What's good? Ava's voice cut in, and Ruby let out a relieved breath. Mo, scratching his head, stepped back, and Ruby bolted. Ava smacked his head. Why you messing with her? Should I tell Nani and Tank your little love story? All right, chill, Mo said, whistling a tune as he started to dip. Ava grabbed his shirt, stopping him. Hailey gang, let's roll, she said, winking. Mo's eyes widened. What? Another stunt? Without answering, she dragged him by the arm to Hailey's room. Shh. Hailey shot Mo a look as he nearly tripped over a table, catching himself last second. The three of them were in Lisa's room, where she was knocked out, mouth open, snoring like a baby. Look at her, out like a brick, Ava said, rolling up her sleeves. Sleep tight, kid. You messed with the wrong squad. Let's see how we spice up your nap. Hailey set a box on the floor and crouched, pulling out small bottles of washable paint. Pushing her hair back, she handed a bottle each to Mo and Ava, who grabbed brushes and sat on Lisa's bed. Hailey picked up a black paint tube and stood behind them as they doodled weird shapes and faces on Lisa's face. She bit back a laugh, hand over her mouth. Leaning in, Hailey opened the tube and smeared it on Lisa's half-open lips like gloss. Stepping back, they checked their work. Red, blue, and yellow skulls and creepy faces covered Lisa's face, with long, goofy teeth painted below her lips, making her look like a hot mess. Satisfied, they tiptoed out, pulling the same prank on Raja. They left the paint box on a table in Ruby's room to frame her, high-fived, and split to their rooms. An hour later, the brownstone was buzzing with morning chaos. The trio, rubbing fake sleepy eyes and yawning, hit the breakfast table where everyone was already chatting. Nani's real quiet today, Mo teased, eyeing Nani Rosa. Kid, she's pissed. I didn't take her to the salon yesterday, Sam said with a grin, making Nani huff and turn away. Smiles spread around the table. Morning, fam, Barry greeted, grabbing a seat. Ruby followed, looking half asleep. Yo, Ruby, Raja's not up yet, Auntie Diana asked while dishing out pancakes with Diana. Nah, Auntie, she's still crashed, Ruby said. Hailey, Ava, and Mo swapped quick looks. Ah! A scream ripped from Lisa's room. Hailey smirked at Ava, barely keeping it together as everyone turned toward the noise. Who did this? Lisa stormed out, yelling. The table lost it, laughing at her face. Barry covered his mouth, hiding a grin. Right then, Raja, woken by the scream, shuffled out, eyes half open, standing in front of Lisa. Ah! Lisa shrieked, spooked by Raja's messy hair and painted face. Why you screaming? You're the one looking like a clown. Raja snapped, confused. Go check a mirror before you come for me. Lisa fired back. Raja bolted to her room. Seeing Barry smirk at her, Lisa's heart skipped, but reality hit hard. Tell me who pulled this weak prank, Lisa demanded, glaring at everyone, who barely blinked at her tantrum. Yeah, who turned a basic witch into a budget witch? Nani Rosa said, sipping her coffee. The table cracked up. Nani, I saw a paint box by Ruby's room yesterday, Ava said, playing innocent. Bella shot her a look. Everyone knew who was behind this. Just a kid's prank. Sorry on her behalf, Omar said, trying to keep the peace. Lisa stormed off without a word. Now that's the vibe. Mo whispered to Hailey, loud enough for Barry to hear. Barry gave them a thoughtful glance. After breakfast, Barry trailed Diana to the kitchen, where she was stacking dishes. Mom, you still mad? He asked, grabbing her hand. Why would you care about anyone's feelings? You're grown, making your own calls. What do the elders know? She pulled her hand free, scrubbing the counter. Mom, don't do me like that, he said, looking stuck. Go on, I'm not mad. I got dishes to do, she said, straight-faced. Barry pursed his lips and dipped. Heading to his room, Barry heard noise from the backyard and switched gears. In a gray tee and black jeans, he stepped onto the patio, where the young crew was chilling. Ava, Hailey, Mo, and Ruby were playing a heated game of cornhole while Raja and Lisa sat on the grass, whispering. The spring breeze was perfect, chilling everyone out. Barry strolled over, his hair ruffled by the wind. His eyes landed on Hailey in a deep blue capri and tee, her scarf tied at her waist, hyping Ava up. Her silky black hair, tied in a messy bun, had come loose, strands dancing around her neck and face. Her gray eyes sparkled with mischief. A warm vibe hit him. He got closer just as Ava nailed a toss. Ava clocked Barry, but Hailey, gripping a beanbag and practicing her throw, ignored him completely, a fact Mo and Barry both felt. Yo, Barry, jump in, Mo said, hyped. Hailey shot him a side eye. Raja and Lisa, watching from the grass, looked salty. Bet, Barry said, catching Mo's energy. Woo! You're on my team, bro. We'll smoke these two in no time, Mo said, grinning at Hailey and Ava. Bring it, Hailey said, locking eyes with Barry in a challenge. She gripped the beanbag and stepped up.
Barry, smirking, grabbed a beanbag from Ruby and took his spot. Mo and Ruby set up on the other side. Hailey tapped her foot, leaning in. Barry tossed with full force. Ava held her breath, watching Hailey. The beanbag soared and landed clean in the hole. Score. Ava screamed, rushing to dap Hailey up. What you staring at? Go reset the board. Mo snapped at Ruby, who grumbled and jogged over. Hailey undid her bun, letting her hair spill before tying it back. Ava cleared her throat dramatically. Hailey raised an eyebrow. What? He's been staring at you forever, Ava whispered, hiding a grin. Hailey's heart skipped, but she played it cool. Whatever, she said, grabbing a water bottle and sipping slow. Board's ready, Ruby called, jogging back. Sweet. Let's keep it moving, Mo said, plopping onto the grass. Barry sat too, stretching out. Hailey turned to dip. The vibe was perfect, but facing Barry was rough. Where you going? Chill. It's nice out, Ava said, grabbing her arm as she sat. At Mo's nudge, Hailey sighed, sitting next to Ava. Closing her eyes, she tilted her face up, feeling the breeze. Dark clouds rolled in. Rain was coming. How's exam prep going for y'all? Barry asked, brushing hair off his forehead, looking at Mo and Ava. Solid, bro. Aiming for a decent GPA this time, Ava said, keeping it simple. And yours? Barry asked, turning to Hailey. Ava and Mo hid grins. Hailey, he's talking to you, Ava said, nudging her. Huh? Hailey asked, startled, meeting his eyes. Barry's dark eyes hit her gray ones. How's your studying? Hailey clenched her jaw. Not your problem, she snapped, turning away. Barry's face tightened. Suddenly, raindrops hit fast, and everyone bolted inside. Barry climbed the patio steps and stepped aside, not ready to go in. Hailey, trailing behind, rushed up to dodge the rain when her foot slipped. A sharp scream ripped from her throat, stopping Barry's breath for a second. Rain poured, sending everyone scrambling indoors. Barry hit the patio steps and stepped aside, not ready to go in. Hailey, lagging behind, hustled up to escape the rain when her foot slipped. A scream tore out of her, freezing Barry. He lunged, grabbing her arm to stop her fall. Hailey, eyes shut tight, gripped his shirt hard. Their hearts were racing. For a moment, they stood there, holding on. Barry, caught up, watched her trembling lashes. Hailey snapped out of it first, opening her eyes. Seeing Barry so close, her face went red. She yanked free and bolted inside. Barry let out a shaky breath, muttering to himself, "What's my deal?"
Hailey strutted into Harper with Ava and Mo. Behind them, Lisa slipped in, scanning the campus. Her eyes hunted for Barry and soon locked on him. In black jeans, a black tee, and white sneakers, he was catching everyone's attention. His hair, messy like a TikTok star instead of gelled, kept falling over his forehead. With his sleeves rolled up, a smartwatch on his wrist, and his chill vibe, girls were losing it. Hailey, though, didn't give him a second glance. As she hit the quad, her classmates squealed and rushed to hug her. "Hailey, is that you? You're serving looks." They gushed. Her loud, "What's good?" pulled eyes from profs and students, all vibing with her glow. In a blue floral dress over skinny jeans, paired with white sneakers, she popped off. A small blue silk scarf was draped over her head, ends trailing behind. Loose strands framed her flushed cheeks, and her long, silky black hair flowed down her back. She'd swapped her gray contacts for blue ones to match her fit. Beaming, she dapped up her friends. Barry, chopping it up with a colleague, noticed his buddy's eyes darting behind him. Turning, he saw Hailey. His gaze locked. She was stunning, hands down the most beautiful person he'd ever seen. But he wasn't the only one staring. Jaw tight, he waved Ava over and started asking about the school vans headed to Galena's scenic spots. Ava, in a pink cropped hoodie, jeans, and pink kicks, said, "One sec, Hailey," and jogged to Barry. "Yo, Professor, what's up?" "Stick with Hailey on the girl's side," he said, then dipped. Ava passed the order along. Hailey's brows shot up. "Why? Who's he to boss me around? Go if you want, I'm good." "Hailey, don't start drama. If Barry gets pissed, he won't care where we are." "Come on," Ava begged, pulling her along. Right on time, vans pulled up outside Harper's gate. Students started piling in. Ava grabbed Hailey's arm, hustling out. Mo peeked from a van window. "Not this one, the crew's here. They might start something." Hit the next van, Hailey, with her small backpack slung over both shoulders, followed Ava to the next van, where Barry was posted at the door, telling students to keep it chill. Lisa, already seated, hovered around Barry in a red crop top and tight black jeans, clearly getting on his nerves. Ava hopped in no problem. Hailey, making a face, hesitated. The Vin's step was high, and she wasn't sure she could make it. Ava, taller, had it easy. Hailey glanced around, ready to bail, when Barry stuck out his hand. Come on, Vin's about to roll. She paused, then took his hand. As she struggled to get a foot on the step, Barry pulled her up. She grabbed his shoulders for balance, eyes down to avoid stares, and slid into the seat next to Ava. Barry shut the door and took a spot where he could keep an eye on everyone. His rep as a no-nonsense professor had landed him discipline duty. The van peeled out toward Galena. Windows cracked open, letting in crisp air.
Ava, who always napped on trips, was already out, head on Hailey's shoulder. A goofy student blasted a song perfect for the vibe. Hailey glanced at Ava, then smiled softly. The song, one of her faves, hit her right in the feels. Every drop, I'm lost in it. This rainy vibe's got your name. A weird, new spark. Something fresh. Something real. Blame it on the weather. Suddenly, she felt someone stare. Opening her eyes slowly, she caught Barry's warm, smiling gaze. Her heart skipped. Why's he looking at me like that? Flustered, she turned to the window. Her reaction made Barry smirk, sparking hoots from the students. Yo, Professor Barry, what's got you grinning today? A prof teased. Barry glanced at Hailey and chuckled. Who's it, sir? A bold girl shouted. Some wild chick, Barry said, biting back a grin, setting the van off. Hailey's heart raced as she stared outside. Lisa, eyes gleaming, looked at Barry. Who else but me? She thought, lost in her own fantasy. She slid closer, chatting up other profs, some her old classmates. The van hit Galena. Everyone piled out. As Hailey stepped toward the door, Barry, without a word, took her hand to help her down. Ava followed, landing with a thud and a sly grin. Easy, you trying to crack the pavement? A classmate teased, walking beside her. Pavement's fine, but your face won't be. Ava clapped back, playing tough, then ran after Hailey. Mo weaved through the crowd to link up. They spent the evening checking out Galena's sights. Now, they were headed to Starved Rock, where the soft dusk promised a killer view. Holding Ava's hand, Hailey, hyped like a kid, strolled through Starved Rock's lush trails. Barry trailed at a distance. They hit a lookout where misty cliffs stood like giants. Hailey and Ava ran to the railing, hands on it. Insane, they gasped together. It felt like they'd stepped into a Marvel movie, with Hailey as the queen and the cliffs bowing to her. Her face lit up as she turned to Ava. Yo! Snap pics, quick. Ava whipped out her phone. Most students were taking shots with cameras or phones. Hailey posed facing Ava, with the misty cliffs as a dope backdrop. Ava raised her phone, spotting Barry by the railing, fresh from taking group pics. A sly idea hit. Hailey, slide left a bit, yeah. Little more perfect. Hailey, sensing a setup, turned left, where Barry stood, glued to his phone. As he looked up at her, Ava's camera clicked, nailing the moment. Grinning, Ava zoomed in on the pic, giving Hailey a thumbs up and snapping more as Hailey struck poses. They called Barry over for group shots. Barry, where you at? I've been looking, take my pics please, Lisa said, rushing up as he lined up to shoot Hailey and Ava. Hailey and Ava shot her a look. Yo! Thriller reject, come back tomorrow, Hailey said, twirling a strand of hair from her scarf. Ava lost it, laughing. Barry froze, stuck in the middle. Before he could say anything, Mo popped up like a ninja.
What's good? Why's everyone posted up? He asked. Lisa, playing innocent, said, I just asked Barry to take my pics, but they're here for the same thing, pointing at Hailey and Ava. Bet take theirs, Mo said, snatching her camera. Lisa stared, shook. No stress, I got it. I'll take shots so far you'll never forget, he said, winking at Hailey. Lisa was steaming. Fine, let's roll, she said, storming off a few steps. She struck a pose. Mo called ready and snapped a pic. Clearing his throat to hide a laugh, he saw half her face was cut off. He took more, each one worse, her legs stretched goofy in one, her face straight up gone in another. Hailey and Ava, done with their pics, hung back, not ready to leave the perfect vibe. Barry, where to next? Ava asked. Up to Starved Rocks Canyons, then we head back. We'll hit a spot for snacks first. A classmate rolled up to Hailey, begging for a pic together. She sighed but nodded. Before he could snap it, Barry grabbed his arm, pulling him back. Jaw-tight, he said coldly, she doesn't do pics with random dudes. He brushed him off and turned to dip. What was that? Hailey snapped, glaring at his back. Ava, I'm over this, she said, nostrils flaring. Yo, why you mad at me? Ava said, exasperated. Hailey grabbed her arm, following the group back to the van. Mo, with Lisa, hustled after them. Why you keep forgetting us? He whined. Forgettable, huh, clown? A chill friend of Hailey's teased, trailing behind. Meaning to nudge Hailey, he accidentally shoved Lisa, who ate dirt with a thud. Her makeup-smeared face got scuffed, and her hands and knees scraped. Spotting the dude who pushed her bolting, she yelled, "You moron!" Swinging her bag at his head, she missed as he dipped. Idiot ruined my look, she muttered, wiping her face with a tissue and booking it to the van. They headed to the next stop, Hailey cracking up with Ava, clueless her phone had been swiped during the photo chaos. Stepping into Starved Rocks Canyons, Hailey was hypnotized. Time slowed down. Towering trees and rugged cliffs framed the scene, with a small lake in the center mirroring the greenery. Uneven grassy slopes added a wild charm. A gust of cool air slid a scarf from her head to her shoulders. Her thick, silky hair danced in the breeze. Spreading her arms, she closed her eyes. Starved Rock, I'm here, she whispered, a soft smile breaking through. Hope this vibe could shift your heart season 2, a voice murmured. Barry had slipped behind her, leaning close to whisper before stepping away. His words hit her. Her lips curved slightly. He's being all poetic now. Then his rejection crashed back, and her face went blank. Far off, a dude with binoculars zeroed in on her, smirking at his buddy.
Ava rubbed her forehead, stressed. Hailey, where you at? Why aren't you picking up? Muttering, she scanned the area. After hiking the canyon, she'd lost Hailey in her hype, not realizing how far ahead she'd gotten. Now, searching, she couldn't find her. Close to tears, she called Mo, spilling everything. He pushed through the student crowd to reach her. Seeing him, Ava broke, tears streaming. Yo, chill, you gremlin. If you cry like that, everyone's gonna ask why what you gonna say, he scolded. She wiped her face quick. Okay, tell me, she was with you, where'd she go? He asked, rubbing his temples. Ava's eyes welled up again. I don't know. When I was looking for her, that hairy dude smirked at me, all shady. I don't even know him, why's he grinning? They must have done something. Mo, I'm freaking out. Mo eyed her, thinking. He'd seen the crew circling Hailey before, but would they go this far? Shaking his head, he pushed it aside. I'll tell Barry. Keep it cool, no one can know, or Hailey's rep's toast. Got it. Patting her cheek, he dialed Barry, striding off. Ava prayed quietly for Hailey's safety. Let me go. Hailey yanked her arm, trying to break free from the dude's grip. All right, there you go. The tall, beefy guy, who'd been dragging her with a gun to her head, hit a secluded spot and shoved her arm away. Hailey stumbled into the bushes, glaring up at him, fearless. You low-rent thug, is this how you treat a queen? And you're hairy, right? She paused, then shook her head. Nah, he was sketchier. The guy's eyes narrowed. You got a mouth on you. Just wait, your attitude's about to get fixed. Yeah, right. You don't mess with Hailey that easy. My squad's probably already looking for me, she said, glancing at the thick trees around her. He let out a mocking laugh. My boy's on his way. We're taking you somewhere your friends and that weak-ass professor won't find you." He smirked, all smug. Hailey's brows shot up. "You called my professor weak? You're not even worth pocket lint, clown." She wanted to deck him but held back. "By the way, I'll scream for help. Trust, my voice carries, and my hands hit hard too." Sitting on the ground, she blinked innocently. He sneered, "Keep dreaming. We're hauling you 2 hours out to a remote spot for a little meet and greet with Harry. He's got a cabin just for girls like you, where he hosts. No one's around. Get it? Hailey the Great." Hailey smirked inside. She'd tricked him into spilling the plan. She was sure her crew had noticed her gone and would come through. "Oh, bet," she said, playing it cool, subtly brushing her hand on the ground. Using a twig, she scratched the location he dropped into the dirt without him clocking it. She slipped off her bracelet, engraved with Hailey, and dropped it nearby. Another dude rolled up in a jeep. The guy with her waved his gun, signaling her to move. She shrugged and stood. "You're not scared?" he asked, thrown by her chill.
Nope, she said, shaking her head. "My friends will find me. Till then, I'll handle you clowns myself," she thought, keeping it to herself. She hopped into the jeep like it was nothing. The guy, still pointing the gun, sat a bit away. The jeep took off, humming a tune. Hailey mentally checked her arsenal. 1 hairpin solid, 2 safety pins bet, I'll poke their eyes out. Phone's gone, thanks to these losers. What's in my bag? Black pepper spray. Thank you. She grinned inside. Nice one, Hailey. She hyped herself. The guy watched her shifting vibe. What you thinking? He asked as the jeep bounced. Wondering why you're so pale. Your mom chugged bleach before you were born, she said, blinking innocently, making his jaw tighten. You're gonna regret that, he growled. And what I do to you's gonna hit just as hard, she muttered under her breath. What you say? He turned toward her. Why would I tell you? She shouted in his ear, making him flinch and lean back, pissed. Harry, you clown, what mess did you pull me into? Hailey thought, grabbing a granola bar from her bag and munching happily, ignoring his glare. This better not be some weak prank, or y'all are done, Barry said, eyeing Mo, holding back his anger. I'm dead serious, bro. You think I'd joke about this? Mo's grim look made Barry's stomach drop. She's really gone. Mo spilled Ava's suspicions about Harry. Harry? Barry's jaw clenched. Let me check her spot. He strode to his team who were tracking students. Pulling off his sunglasses, he squinted. Anyone bounce? He asked a team member. The dude grabbed a clipboard, flipping through. Yeah. A kid named Harry split a bit ago, said it was an emergency. Barry's fists balled up. Everything good, Professor? Yeah, we're straight. Thanks. Face blank, he went back to Mo. He's out. What now? We're about to head back. If this gets out. Mo trailed off. Listen, Barry said. You, Ava, and Lisa go home. Don't tell the fam. Say she's running late or make something up. I'll find her. She's probably close. I'll dip with an excuse so no one's sus. She'll be back soon, trust. If I need to, I'll hit up the cops. You hold it down at home. Cool? Briefing Mo, Barry walked off, his face cold but locked in. With everyone gone and the area empty, Barry scanned the canyons with bloodshot eyes. Dusk had settled, and in the dim light, he checked every corner but found nothing. Come on. He kicked a tree, frustrated, and a faint clink, like beads, hit his ear. Startled, he looked around and spotted something glinting in the bushes. Kneeling, he picked it up, Hailey's engraved bracelet. His heart raced. Then he saw scratched dirt where leaves were brushed aside. Squinting, he made out fragmented words. Mentally hyping Hailey's smarts, he dialed a number, heading down the trail. Yo, Sean. I need your car. You're in Galena, right? Bet. I'll send the address, hurry.
Sean kept asking what was up, but Barry hung up. Yo, chill, I'm moving, aren't I? Hailey said, stepping into the cabin, scoping the scene. The guy shoved her, rushing her. She rolled her eyes. Hello, check your attitude. You didn't kidnap me, I kidnapped you. He stared, shook by her nerve. They hit a room where a short, stocky dude was slouched in a chair, yawning. The room was bare to chairs, a table with a water jug, and a glass. The guy pushed Hailey in, signaling the stocky dude to step out. As he left, the guy locked the door, tossing the key to the stocky dude. I'm out. Don't let her bounce till Harry shows. Guards outside stay sharp, he said, then dipped. The stocky dude shook his head, annoyed. Hailey, ear to the door, perked up as he left. Clearing her throat, she called, Yo, my guy. He turned toward the door. Hey, please listen, she said, her voice cracking. Scratching his beard, he asked, What's good? I'm so scared. These dudes are trash, but you seem like my brother. Please open the door. I won't run. I swear we can vibe, talk a ton. You really remind me of my long-lost bro, she said, voice shaky. The stocky dude paused, then unlocked the door and sat back. Hailey's heart did a flip. Blinking innocently, she asked, Can I ask something? Go for it, little sis, he said, all ears. What's this K group thing? She asked, hand on her cheek. It's the King group, he said, puffing up. No way! She cracked up. What's funny? He asked, lost. It's the clown group circus vibes. She teased. Nah, it ain't. He laughed too. For real. She slowly unzipped her bag. No shot. He said, vibing. Ask something else, kid. You got no sister? Her question made his eyes soften. She passed when we were kids. His voice faded. Oh, Hailey's hand tightened on the pepper spray in her bag. Yo, I'm parched. Can you pour me some water? She asked, all sweet. Charmed, he stood, pouring from the jug. Hailey whipped out the spray and, as he turned, blasted it in his eyes. AGH. Rubbing his face, he tripped over the table and ate the floor. Hailey kicked him. You tank, think you can snatch Hailey? Grabbing his hair, she bolted. Oh crap. Hearing the noise, the guard rushed in. He aimed his gun, but Hailey snagged a random vase from a shelf and chucked it hard. Nice one, Hailey, she said, hyping herself. The vase cracked his head open. He dropped. Hailey grabbed his gun, heart pounding, and reached for the cabin door. Someone yanked it open. Seeing Harry, her breath caught. Barry crept through the dark. No signs of life for miles. The address pointed to a cabin nearby where Hailey was taken. He tipped off the cops just in case. After hiking a bit, he saw faint lights. Hustling toward them, he paused outside the cabin to scope it out. All clear, he grabbed a wooden stick from a pile on the ground.
Carefully, he posted up by the cabin door. You? Hailey cursed him in her head. Clown, creep, loser. She backed up. Harry smirked, eyeing her up and down. In a black tee and jeans, he stepped closer, slow. You're looking fire, he said, his gaze lingering. Stay back, or... She remembered the gun in her shaky hands. Or I'll blast you, she said, aiming. He laughed. You even know how to use that, princess? Spotting the knocked out guard, he shook his head. Poor dude. Done dirty by a girl. Remember our first run-in? Wasn't cute, we scrapped. This time, let's make it sweet, yeah? He scratched his beard, throat dry. How could she face this giant? Back off, you gross weirdo, she yelled as he closed in. Pipe down. He grabbed her waist with one hand, the other in her hair, his beard grazing her face. Hailey squeezed her eyes shut. He snatched the gun easy. A loud thud hit as the door flew open. Turning casually, Harry saw Barry in the doorway and gritted his teeth. Here's your night, he sneered, shoving Hailey back and facing Barry. Seeing Hailey in his grip, Barry's blood boiled. You made it here, but you're not walking out, Harry taunted, laughing at the stick in Barry's hand. You gonna fight me with that twig, Professor? Barry smirked, sharp. I'm more than enough for you. Forgot the last beatdown? Don't. Harry aimed the gun. Drop it. Or. He swung it toward Hailey. Barry lowered the stick, letting it roll forward. Coward. He baited. Pissed, Harry pocketed the gun and charged. Barry met his stare. As Harry swung, Barry grabbed his arm, slamming his knee into Harry's gut. Harry spun, kicking Barry's back, making him stumble into the wall. He caught himself, standing tall. Hailey, watching them go at it, panicked. She grabbed the stick by her feet and stood a few steps back. Barry shot her a look to swing. Nervous, she closed her eyes and swung hard. Opening her eyes, she gasped. Oh, no. Barry clutched his head, and she almost cried. Harry yanked her back, her head smacking the wall. Barry's vision blurred. Losing it, he unloaded a storm of kicks and punches on Harry, who dropped, barely breathing. Wiping blood from his lip, Barry waved Hailey to follow. She started but paused, grabbing the stick again. She rained hits on Harry, who weakly tried to block. You nasty creep. Hope roaches eat you. Hope your face falls off. Hope you drown in a dumpster. Hope your kids are as shady as you. Amen. Hailey. Barry's sharp tone made her drop the stick and hustle to his side. They left the cabin. You good? Was that necessary? He asked. I'm not crazy, I'm Hailey, she said, tying her messy hair into a bun. Barry glanced at her as they walked. What kinda Hailey misses her Ranja's vibes? He teased, eyes warm. Hailey froze, speechless. You need a bandage on the way. And home we're late. Everyone's probably tripping, she said, switching topics. He chuckled. No one knows, and we don't gotta tell him. Hands in his jeans, he looked ahead. Hailey kept her eyes down, matching his pace. Soon, they were far from the cabin. Stepping into the brownstone, they found Nani Rosa, Diana, Auntie Diana, Mo, Sam Alam, and Ruby waiting, all grinning wide. Hailey and Barry swapped a quick look. Ahem. Barry cleared his throat, shooting Mo a glance, who bit back a grin and shrugged. So, kid, how was the date? Sam teased, eyes twinkling. Their jaws dropped. D-date? Hailey stammered. Oh, come on, Mo spilled the tea. Nani Rosa said, chuckling. No need to play shy, we're all hyped, you two are vibing. Hailey glared at Mo, who slipped away like a ghost. Barry, seeing her flustered, hid a smile. Y'all gonna let us in or what? Hailey snapped, over the spotlight, and stormed to her room. Where's that sneaky Ava at? Hailey muttered, pushing open Ava's door. Inside, Ava was pacing like a caged animal. Whoa! Chill, girl? What's good? Hailey asked, almost crashing into her. Ava rushed over, hugging her tight. Where'd you go, dude? I looked everywhere, I was losing it. Alright, I'll spill. Come here. Hailey led her to the bed, and they sat. But first, why you looking like you saw a demon? Ava sighed, chewing her nails. It's ugh. Stop with the drama and talk. Hailey pressed, impatient. His parents are coming tomorrow, Ava mumbled, eyes shut. What? Whose parents? Hailey asked, lost. Sean's parents, Ava said, frowning. Need me to draw a map? Oh, you sneaky dog. Hailey poked her shoulder, grinning. Ava shot her a look. I didn't do nothing. He's the one with shady vibes, that jerk. Ava huffed. Chill. He's smart, hot, and best part he's into you, Hailey said, straight up. I'm so confused, Ava admitted. Forget that spill, what went down out there. Ava leaned in, hyped. Hold up. Without me? Mo burst in. You're toast. Hailey grabbed a pillow and whacked him hard on the head. Mo yanked it, trying to swing back, but Hailey snatched another and went wild. In minutes, the room was a war zone. Enough, you clowns, Ava yelled, and they froze. What's wrong with you? Scrapping like toddlers. She scolded. Ask your brother, Hailey said, glaring. He told everyone me and your grumpy bro were on a date. Ava smirked. Mo clasped his hands, pleading, sorry, my queen, my bad, I'll think about letting you live, Hailey said, tossing her hair like a diva. Now spill what happened. How'd Barry find you? Ava asked, breathless. Hailey took a deep breath and laid out the day's chaos. Peeking into Barry's room, Diana sat glowing, showering him with love. I'm so happy, sweetie. You made the right call. Hailey's a keeper, you two are gonna kill it together. She kissed his forehead. He smiled. Oh, I forgot Sean's parents are coming tomorrow about Ava. He's a solid dude, like my own brother. I've always wanted this, and it's happening. You're cool with it, right? She asked suddenly.
Mom, whatever you and Dad think is best, I'm down. But Sean never said anything to me. Barry said, thinking it over. Duh, why would he talk to you about your sister? Diana laughed. I'm off to tell your dad. She dipped, and Barry kicked back on his bed, arms behind his head, replaying the day like a Netflix binge. Days had passed since Hailey's kidnapping scare. With Barry's proposal, wedding prep was in overdrive at the Brownstone. Ava and Sean's engagement was locked into, making it 3 weddings on deck. The women were deep in shopping mode, while the guys handled logistics. Raja was dead set on marrying Barry, causing a massive blowout. Despite Abe and Bella's begging, she wouldn't budge, and everyone eventually gave up. Lisa, crushed by Barry and Hailey's engagement, had bounced. The Brownstone was buzzing with hype. The elders were swamped, but Hailey stayed cooped up in her room, visibly salty. She couldn't shake Barry's earlier rejection. Seeing everyone's excitement, she didn't have the heart to push back. It was late, and everyone had crashed, wiped out. Hailey, lost in her head, slid out of bed. Slipping on her sandals, she checked the time: midnight. Heart racing, she stepped out and crept to Barry's room. Seeing his light on, she knocked softly and slipped in. The sight inside made her wish she'd stayed put. Barry, fresh from a shower, stepped out of the bathroom shirtless. Their eyes locked, and she spun away quick. As she reached for the door, he darted over, his hand over hers. Hold up, he said, rushing to throw on a shirt. His low whisper, so close, froze her, eyes shut. She wanted to bolt, but her feet wouldn't move. Ahem. He cleared his throat, eyeing her chill fit. In a loose white tee, joggers, and a messy bun, she was hitting him right in the feels. You in my room this late? He said, pausing between words. I'm here? Might as well say it, she thought, turning to face him. His wet, tousled hair made her heart skip. We gotta talk, she said, serious. Shoot, he said, stepping closer. You need to call off this wedding, she said, dodging his eyes. Why? He slipped his hands into his pockets, locking eyes with her. Cause, Professor Barry, I don't want to marry you, she said, firm, meeting his stare. He held her gaze for a second. Then, out of nowhere, he slid an arm around her waist, pulling her close. But I want to marry you, he said, voice heavy, making her heart race. But you clowned me before, didn't you? I was the same Hailey, she said, pushing his chest to make space. Forget that. Stop overthinking and just think about me. You're marrying this grumpy professor, like it or not. And don't come to my room this late again, I'm only human, mistakes happen, he said, stepping back, dead serious. Face on fire, Hailey bolted like a rocket. Stuck again, Hailey, she muttered, crashing onto her bed. Oh, man, where did Hailey get stuck?
Moonlight, my vibe. Mo spotted Ruby hustling past his room and blocked her with a grin. In a white graphic tee and jeans, his eyes sparkled with mischief. Move, Mo. I'm late. Ruby snapped, glaring. A stylist was waiting for Hailey, and Ruby got held up by Bella's call. Mo in her way was not it. Oh, Bet, go get Fly for me, it's the big day. He stepped back, eyeing her playfully. Blushing, she ran to Hailey's room. Still not ready? Barry frowned, catching Mo outside with wild hair. Almost good. You're looking fresh though, Mo said, checking Barry's maroon button-up and black jeans, hair slicked, looking sharp. A black vest and rolled-up sleeves showed off his build. He'd picked the fit to match Hailey's maroon dress, while Mo and Ruby went with white. Ava, keeping it hush from Sean, chose a maroon and gold dress. As Mo dipped inside, Barry headed to the backyard where the wedding was set up. The brownstone was decked out like a Pinterest board, with red and white flowers filling the air with a dreamy scent. Lit up with fairy lights, the place glowed. The guys handled setup, while the women were still getting ready. Sam, in a sharp black suit, peeked into his room where Nani Rosa sat at her vanity, rocking a gold dress with jasmine flowers in her hair. Red lipstick on, she was carefully swiping on mascara. Still not done, Rosa? Looks like you're getting hitched. He teased. Sam, I'm in a good mood today, don't mess it up. And don't come for my glam. I'm still a baddie, she said, blowing on her nails. He shook his head and bounced. Bella, we're cutting it close. Guests are almost here. Check on the girls. My head spinning Carmen botched the one job I gave her. Diana, in a shimmering purple dress with a braid, slapped her forehead, talking to Bella, who was heading to the kitchen in a gray tailored suit. Auntie Diana's got the girls, I'll handle the kitchen, Bella said, and they split. This won't stay put, Hailey grumbled, tugging at her heavy maroon dress. The fitted maroon top and flowing skirt hugged her perfectly. The stylist had finished all three. Ava looked cute in her maroon and gold dress, a headpiece sparkling and hair swept to one side. Ruby, in a white dress, was stunning, with red rose bracelets on her wrists. They stood in front of the mirror, checking their looks, when Hailey's annoyed voice made them turn. Her maroon scarf was pinned over her head, with two curly strands framing her face. Maroon lipstick and a nose stud sealed the deal. Yo! Barry's done for today, Ava blurted, staring at Hailey. Hailey blushed. Worry about your Sean, he's not letting you slide today. She clapped back. Ruby hid a grin. Why you laughing? You're next, Ava teased. Leave me out of this, ugh, Ruby said, slipping on heels. Hailey muttered, adjusting her dress.
Most guests had rolled in, packing the twinkling backyard. Only Sean's fam was left. A stir at the gate signaled their arrival, and Auntie Diana, Bella, and Nani Rosa went to greet them. Sam, Omar, Abe, and Wes were already there, dapping up the guys. The women were welcomed and shown to their seats. The three grooms, Barry, Sean, and Mo, sat hyped on the stage. From her balcony, Ava spotted Sean in a gold suit with a maroon tie, looking clean. Her heart raced, and she ducked back, hoping he missed her. Soon, the three brides rolled out with a crew of girls, heading to the backyard. Barry, Sean, and Mo's eyes locked on their girls. Raja, chilling far off, gave a bitter smirk and shook her head. The brides were seated on the other side of the stage, a curtain between them. The officiant ran through the ceremonies one by one. As they signed the papers, their thoughts were, Ava, have your fun now. Sean, you'll regret messing with this chaos later. Ruby, I'll knock that grin off. Mo, for all the shade you've thrown. Hailey, you got your way, Professor, but if I don't make you regret it, I'm not Hailey. Cheers erupted, music blared, and gifts were stacked. The brownstone was lit with joy. Omar, checking the time, waved the caterers to serve food. The smell of barbecue and biryani hit hard. Hailey's stomach growled, while Ava and Ruby's appetites tanked, stressing about the future. Hailey glanced up and caught Barry staring. Didn't know you were this bold, Professor, staring in front of everyone, she thought. With the curtain gone post-ceremony, they could see each other clear. Her stomach roared. Asterisk, screw it. I'm eating. Asterisk, she decided, grabbing a plate and piling on ribs. Ava stared, shook. I'm stressed out, and you're chowing down, you food gremlin. Hailey shoved a rib at her. Eat or don't, but don't curse my plate. Which? She stuffed a bite in Ava's mouth. Barry, watching his quirky bride, hid a grin. Someone smiling hard, Mo teased, catching Barry's vibe. Smile too, you're sitting there like it's a funeral, Sean quipped. Barry cracked up, wiping his eyes. He laughs, Hailey thought, watching him. After dinner, it was time for the send-off. The Brownstones elders gathered by the stage. Hailey and Ruby were chill, just switching rooms, but Ava felt a knot, which Sean picked up on from across the yard. As they hit the stage, a gunshot rang out. The crowd froze. A crew of 10 to 12 rough-looking dudes, firing shots, stormed the backyard. Nobody move. Their leader yelled, waving a gun. Say it louder, that was weak, Hailey said, making everyone stare. Shook. Shut up. Barry hissed, moving toward her, but the gunman signaled him to stop. Boss, this chick's trouble, one dude said, stepping up. The Brownstone crew eyed Hailey, nervous. This girl's gonna get us killed, Diana muttered, facepalming. She's a walking curse, Nani Rosa added, sharp.
Chill, both of you. Not now. Auntie Diana cut in, seeing them about to go at it. You, come here. The leader pointed at Hailey. Who, me, or her? Hailey asked, pointing at Ava. Yes, you, get over here. He barked. Everyone tensed. Who? Her? Hailey pointed at an auntie nearby. You deaf? I said you. He yelled, and Hailey's brow furrowed. She stepped down with a thud. Barry started to follow, but Sean grabbed him. Hold up, she's got a plan. Lives are on the line. Stay cool. Barry clenched his fists, holding back. Abe watched Hailey, stressed. Speak, Hailey said, struggling with her dress, glaring at the thug. He stepped back, thrown. Speak, she repeated, stepping up, voice sharp. Mo and Ava smirked. Boss, say something. A thug whispered. I forgot my lines. The leader hissed. Don't play smart. Get all the cash in the house, or I'll blast her. He pressed the gun to Hailey's head, making everyone gasp. I'll get it. Don't hurt my daughter. Abe said, panicked. The thug grinned, flashing yellow teeth. Hailey signaled him to lean down. Ever heard of toothpaste? Your breath's a crime, ugh, she said, grimacing. Before he could react, she unpinned a safety pin from her dress and jabbed it into his cheek. Ow! He yelped, dropping the gun. Hailey shoved him, knocking it away. Run, she yelled, hiking her dress and booking it. Chaos broke out as guests scattered. Mo grabbed Ruby's hand, pulling her toward the back of the yard. A thug blocked them, but Ruby yanked off her heel and chucked it at him. Eat that, loser. In the madness, Barry and Sean got the fam inside. Hailey, still gripping her dress, reached Ava. A thug lunged at Hailey, but Ava snatched a chair and smashed it over his head. Let's move, where's everyone? Hailey and Ava held hands, dodging goons and looking for the crew. Yo! Old lady, where you going? The thug leader blocked Nani Rosa, who was bolting with her dress hiked up. She spun, slapping him hard. Your grandma's old. She kicked him and dipped. 3 or 4 thugs cornered Hailey and Ava. Let's see you bounce now. Acting tough? No one's saving you, not even your pops. They laughed. Some tank's daughter is enough for clowns like you, Diana said, sneaking up and smacking the leader's neck. She grabbed utensils from a table and pelted them. Hailey jumped in, kicking a thug in the face, sending him down. Sirens wailed, and Barry and Sean rolled up with cops. The thugs were cuffed and hauled off. The Brownstone crew and Sean's fam gathered in the courtyard, talking over the chaos. Mo, holding Ruby's hand, stormed onto the yard where Sean, Ava, Hailey, and Barry stood. "This is whack, it's our big night, and the fam's acting like it's nothing." He fumed. My send-off's looking cancelled," Sean said, glancing at Ava, who turned away, nervous. "Yo, big news, the elders said send-offs are next week," Mo announced, having a mole inside. He bolted as Nani Rosa approached. Hailey's eyes sparkled with mischief. "Let's ditch, Professor," she said, grinning. Barry caught her playful vibe. "What y'all doing out here? Get inside," Nani Rosa called, hitting the patio steps, holding her dress. Barry grabbed Hailey's hand, giving her a warm smile for a second. Then he tightened his grip and took off. "Run!" Slawing, the other two couples followed, sprinting after them. The end. Have you ever wondered if there could be more stories like this? If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to hit the like button and let us know. And if you want us to keep bringing you more mysterious, exciting, or romantic stories, make sure to subscribe and join our channel, Unknown Lovely Tales. Drop a comment below and tell us my favorite character in the story was, or what kind of story would you like to see next? We can't wait to hear from you.